guys, today I'm here to react to episode 2 of School Spirits, and shocking news, I decided to look up the book that it was based on because like I said, I hadn't heard of it on any of the book adaptation lists that I checked out. The book does not come out yet. The book is not out until next year. I think it's very weird that a adaptation of it has come out before the book has even come out, because it's like you think just logically oh, it should come out either around the same time or the book should be out before, because then people who like the series will be like, oh, let me check out the book, whereas a year from now people might not remember the series to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna check out that book. It's interesting. I don't know too many things that get turned into adaptations before the actual novel source comes out, but the people involved in the series are the people that worked on the book, so I'm assuming it's very similar and everything's gonna be good with that. It also kind of makes me excited too because I can't spoil it for myself. You know what I mean? I feel like there's part of me that was like, look it up to see who it is, you know? And I was strong, but I don't know if I would stay strong throughout the entire run. So I'm excited that really no one knows. I think that's gonna make it more fun and more interesting to try and guess along and figure out the clues along the episodes as we go. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I think the first episode was really good, really intriguing, and very mysterious. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen in this one. And yeah, let's check it out. He's like, I guess, but I don't know what's happening. I'm glad the other ghost is there too, because I feel like if she told them this, they'd be like, no, you probably just imagined it. But now there's actually someone that's like, no, yeah, that happened. Oh, but now he knows that she's a ghost, she's dead. I mean, I kind of feel like out of everyone, he already knew that something bad had happened, but I feel like this is just confirmation. She doesn't know. Yeah. Oh gosh, Simon's gonna freak out when he hears this. So she can't see her, that's interesting, even though she's also her friend. But I mean, obviously from what we've seen, Simon, I think, has taken it a lot harder. This is so awkward that he has to pretend he doesn't hear a ghost screaming at him. He's like, okay, I'll go with you, okay. Oh, now she's gone. That's weird. That's not good. I kind of thought that he could just see her forever, but now it's there's only going to be certain parts that he can see her at. That's weird. Ugh. See, I can't tell if his reaction is oh gosh, she's actually gone, or oh gosh, they're starting to catch on to me, right? Because he plays dumb good of not knowing what's happening and seemingly thinking that she's actually coming back. But then I'm also is it just because he was oh, I hit it so well that they're not going to figure it out? That's, I don't think it's him because I feel it would be too obvious, but also is it so obvious that of course it's him, you know? Frick does that mean, dude? That was some cryptic shite the janitor just dropped on him. Chicken bumps? What? Is that another word for goosebumps that I'm not aware of? I also love that the janitor, of course, is the one that's seen everything. Is they're not gonna find anything out here. All the secrets are in this school. Which is kind of true because it's they're looking out in the woods, which obviously her body could be out in the woods definitely, but she died in the school. So all the stuff that they should be looking for is in the school because that's where she is tethered to. I full on understand what he's saying, but I also full on feel like he needs to acknowledge that her journey is not the same as everyone else's. She's the first person who has ever come here and does not know how she got here and what happened to her. And I just feel like he needs to kind of acknowledge that. And also it's been so soon. It hasn't even been a month, I don't think, since all this happened. So it's obviously, I think once she kind of figures out what happened, then she can kind of try and make peace and move on. But I feel until that, there's just this glaring hole in her memory that how can you move on and make peace when you don't even know you know what I mean? I get where he's coming from and I think it would work with anyone else, but because of her unique circumstances, it's she does need to figure out what this is, and I feel they should be helping her try and figure out what that is. Well, I guess the cafeteria is somewhere. She's seeking him out. She has to realize he's gonna look like a crazy person that's losing it if he just starts talking to no one. And there's a grief counselor that's looking for specific signs of people who are losing it. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. So who intercepted her? Because the last thing we saw was her leave for study hall to go find her mom. So what happened between then and where she's ended up? Unless her mom's lying and she did see her and just something happened that she doesn't want to admit it. But I feel like how bad could it be that like you wouldn't want to admit the last time you saw your daughter, right? Ah, so this is when she woke up. See, this is what I thought the first episode would start with, was like her waking up and figuring out that she's a ghost. Instead, they kind of just plopped us right in there. Oh my gosh. I feel like she probably likes him and that's why she wants to check on him, but like you need to give the man some space. If you guys get caught, like it's that you guys are now suspects number one and number two. I also feel like she really likes him, but like I can't understand if like Xavier likes her or not. Like obviously they were hooking up, so like he couldn't have been like in love with Maddie, but I just feel like I don't know if he likes Claire as much as she likes him. See, that seems a little suspicious because it's like, talk to me and don't let other people know what we did, but also maybe she's just like, hey, I know what you're struggling with and like, I know how you get, like, talk to me, like, don't go to someone who's gonna make it worse. It just, this whole thing, this whole vibe of like the Claire, Xavier, Maddie stuff makes me like icky because it's like, even if he didn't have anything to do with what happened to her, like, the fact that he was cheating on her makes me like not like him. So I'm like, whatever. What? What? Who would have known that he had it to swap it out though? Because like Simon seemingly clearly didn't know, and a lot of people didn't know, so I mean, who would have known? And that also implies there's a lot more sinisterness to it, right? Like there's a pre-planningness to this to swap out her phone, but like make sure it's her phone with the case. And it's almost like too now it's you're protecting Xavier because I feel like if he had been found with the actual phone, but they're still looking at him, so that's just that makes it more creepy though, right? Like someone planned this out more and like had more forethought into this. Fair question after everything that's happened. Very fair question. Oh my gosh. Okay, Maddie, you just lost some points with me right there. Simon's like, get out of here. Yeah. He didn't give a crap what you thought either because he cheated on you. So, is he gonna kill the rat? Because that's messed up. That's I'm not a fan of rats, but just move it. Oh my gosh, he's gonna drop a cinder block on its head? That's messed up. And then like laughing after it too. This is what I'm saying. Like maybe he didn't kill her, but he's messed up still. Okay, I don't know anyone that just kills a rat and laughs about it. Oh my gosh, he's not gonna find the dead rat, is he? Thought he was like, what's this? It's been smashed to pieces. That's a part of her phone? So what was it doing in here? Oh my gosh. Wait, don't take it, leave it. Now it's gonna have his fingerprints all over it. He's right, that's not any consolation. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, her last essay she wrote about like her friends and how much she appreciated and loved you, and he's just like, she wrote a really great essay. And I'm like, okay, that's literally the least helpful thing anyone has ever told me. Thanks, sir. No, don't show him. I don't trust him. I think he's the murderer. Like, literally. I know they said Xavier's the only one that goes there, but obviously a teacher would know all the parts of the school. Look at his face. He's like, oh no, he found it. Don't trust him. Why? 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 Literally the one person I want them to stay away from, and they're like, we're gonna go right to him and tell him everything that we found. Okay. I've been thinking this since last episode, but I don't fully understand how this world works because it's like they can interact with things, but seemingly like anything. Like, where did Wally get like a pool float from and stuff like that? Like, it feels like they can just conjure stuff out of thin air. I don't understand how that works. That's suspicious, right? Who asked the police to come back later because we're watching a film? Like, maybe if they were in the middle of a test or something. I don't think he could smell the paper. That's very interesting. That dog was definitely sniffing something, and he did not want that dog in here for a reason. I'm telling you, from the first moment I felt suspicious of him, and he's acting so weird. You better not lie to her mom, sir. Yeah, you weren't good to her. You can just lie to her, bro. Like, let's tell her mom everything if we're being honest. Do you think he's going to actually help the mom, or do you think he's going to look for some, I don't know, forgiveness for his guilt? Some kind of like, oh, I'm doing a good thing so I don't have to feel as bad about what happened anymore. Yeah, I feel like maybe they could kind of bond over this. Of like people she loved that didn't treat her right, you know? And I feel like the bad thing is too, like, he'll never be able to say sorry, you know? It's also interesting now that I'm thinking about that Xavier doesn't see her, right? Like, supposedly this boyfriend who loved her so much and he hasn't seen her. Hmm. Knew that a little too fast, didn't he? I'm still suspicious of you, Simon. Wait, he didn't dump you though. That was what makes him a bad person. Like, he was still trying to play it. I feel like that's a hint that it's Simon. Like, I feel like I'm bad that I like accuse everyone and have no real theory, but just the way that he was like, see people for who they really are. Like, he's talking about himself, of like, I did this. And he does seem pretty quick to find like the phone and know that like the phone was crushed. Like, my mind wouldn't go to that automatically. Oh my gosh, and of course he's in a creepy hoodie. He's alone. Like, I know Maddie's there, but like, he's alone technically. Okay, sir. Very creepy. Okay, I got a creepy vibe from him from the start, and I feel like this episode is just confirming that. Again, like Xavier, maybe he didn't have anything to do with what happened to Maddie specifically, but I feel like it's bad. Maybe there's like a bunch of like, maybe it's gonna be, I think it would be interesting if like there's the person that killed her, right? But then you could see like how like these other people let her down in different ways, right? Like maybe something happens where because Xavier took her phone because he was cheating on her, she doesn't have her phone when she needs it when something happens in the boiler room. And maybe like something's happening with this teacher where like she feels like she can't go to him, or like she tries to go to him and he turns her away or something, right? And then like that ends up like, it would just be interesting if it's like a series of events. So it's like, okay, this person specifically killed her, but this guy and this guy also like helped contribute to it by not helping her. I think that would be kind of cool. So yeah, I feel like not too many more hints for me. I feel like definitely the teacher, Xavier, and even Simon are on my radar right now. And like I said last time, I do think it would be kind of a cop-out if it's someone we haven't met yet. So I'm hoping that one of these people is the person. We can start putting the clues together and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I think that was a cool episode. A little not as good as the first one for me, a little slower. But I like that she can talk to Simon now and has someone like on the living part of her that can help her and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, if you have seen this episode, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!